Hello everybody, this is Kevin back with Inspiring How You See That, and we are back again with DaVinci Resolve, and we were talking about the processing of the closed captioning. Some of you guys have had some questions about the closed captioning processing. You were able to get the closed captioning in your timeline, got it on your video, but then when you processed it, it didn't process. And when I say by processing, this is the little link here when you go to process the video, and it'll go through and process everything within your video. So with that, we'll switch back here to the timeline area. And when you get into the timeline area, here's the issue that was going on and the reasoning why the processing was not working. As you go through and you click on your process, there's all these little selection buttons up here. And many of you, of course, go to the YouTube, process it, and go into the YouTube and process it that way. That's not how you want to do this if you want the closed captioning in there. If you want the closed captioning in there, you do have to customize it. There's an option where you click custom export. Do make sure, of course, you select your file names and browse and have it named. So that's important. And it's just like when you're doing the YouTube processing, you just go through and do the same thing. But you also want to make sure the format's an MP4 again, because these you can change all different settings and everything like that, and they won't work in YouTube, especially or Rumble or all those platforms. Just make sure it's an MP4. Custom resolution. Keep most of all this the same. So scroll down through. Now, sometimes on some of your guys' computers, you might not see this at the lower part of the bottom area. But on ours, if you can't see it, let us know. But you go to your advanced settings and then you scroll down again. You keep scrolling down and then you go to the subtitle settings. And when you click on the subtitle settings, you'll scroll down again. So then once you scroll down there, and then you'll click the little export subtitle. So there's a lot of little steps that's not, very clear on a lot of things out there or even within DaVinci. But you've got to click export subtitle, and then when you see this there, you will go to down through and see how it says as separate file. No, you don't want to have a subtitle just separately in your video. There's a reason why you put the video on there with a subtitle. So you want to burn it into the video. Burn it into the video. So what that means is you can, of course, save it the way it is. And if you want to have a video with the subtitle and without the subtitle, these are the ways you do it. So when you export it with the subtitle, you want to make sure it's burned into the video. And then just like all the other processing, you just put add to render queue, put it in the queue, process it. It does take a little more time because it's going through all those subtitles and recording that all in, and it works great. So this is where you find it. You have to go to the custom export. And do just make sure you rewind back on this video. So if you get confused or there's a spot where you're like, I'm held up, just keep rewinding back and you'll see, because if I went through it too quickly, I try to go through it as slow as possible because I understand this can be very confusing too. But this is where you export and burn into your video. So make sure you do that, process it, and we'll see you guys on the next video.